Welcome to the Lord's Day Ministry. Today we're going to be talking about Jesus and guns. And we're going to be asking some simple questions and discerning with Bible scripture. And the first question we're going to ask is, well, would Jesus carry a gun himself? Well, let's go to John chapter 18. John chapter 18 verse 6. And to set it up a little bit, Judas had already sold Jesus out, and he had brought the Pharisees, and the Pharisees brought some strong men to come lay hands on Jesus and take him away. So, they're coming up to Jesus right now, and they're asking him, are you Jesus of Nazareth, is what they're doing. And as soon as he had said unto them, I am he answered them, I am he. They went backward and fell to the ground. So with three little words, Jesus answered them, I am he. And they fell back on their butts. Now, if you got the power to speak three little words and knock people on their butts, I don't think you need a gun. So to answer the question is, I don't think Jesus would carry a gun, because Jesus is God, he's omnipotent, and honestly, Jesus doesn't need a gun. Why would you need a gun when you could destroy people with one word, and it makes no sense. Second question we're going to be asking is, why did Jesus rebuke Peter for cutting off the ear of one of the strong men that the Pharisees brought? So, let's go to chapter 18 verse 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it, and smote the high priest's servant. He struck him and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Jesus unto Peter, Put thy sword into thy sheath. The cup which my Father has given me, shall I not drink it? So is Jesus saying that what Peter did was wrong? Well, he's saying you shouldn't have done that, Peter, but why shouldn't he have done that? Jesus asked him a question, should I not drink the cup that my Father has poured for me? Now, you got to ask yourself, what is the cup that the Father has poured for Jesus? Let's go to John chapter 12, verse 46. Or 47, I'm sorry about that. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I came not to judge the world. He didn't come to judge and condemn us, but to save the world. That was the whole point of Jesus coming to the earth, was to save us, to give us salvation. Now let's go to Matthew 26:54. But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be? So here he's saying, you got the Old Testament that had a bunch of prophecies about the Messiah coming. And then Jesus, the Messiah, came, and he was going to fulfill all these prophecies to let people know that, he is the Messiah. There's just so many prophecies to fulfill. And in a sense, Peter is trying to stop this. In the Old Testament, the Messiah dies. He becomes our sacrificial lamb. And by Peter fighting the Pharisees and the strongmen that came to grab him, he's really fighting Jesus. He's fighting God's plan. He's fighting the prophecy. He's trying to stop the prophecies of the Old Testament from coming to fruition. So let's go to Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. He came to fulfill the prophecies. So that's why Jesus was rebuking him. He wasn't rebuking him because he was defending a friend. Jesus isn't saying that defending a friend or defending yourself is wrong. People like to twist this around and say, see, he said put his short sword in his sheath. That's where it belongs, in your sheath, And, he does say, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. But, that's, if you want to use a sword to fight, that you might die. As long as you're good with that. He's not saying don't use a sword to defend yourself or somebody else or a loved one. So that's totally false. Jesus is not against self-defense. So let's ask another question. Is Jesus okay with you carrying a gun for self-defense. Is Jesus okay with that? Let's go to Luke 22, verse 36. Then said unto them, but now he that has a purse, let him take it. Now he's saying, but now, because before he told them to go out and preach the gospel and don't bring any money, don't bring an extra pair of clothes, or don't bring anything. Just go with what you have, and everything will be provided for you. But he's saying, but now, because he's not going to be with them much longer. But now, he that has a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip, and he that has no sword, let him sell his garment, because back then they usually had a good pair of clothes that, clothes were really expensive back then. So he's saying, go sell your garment and buy one, meaning a sword. Now some people say, he's talking about a spiritual sword or a figurative sword. But, that makes no sense. Let's read what it says in Luke 22:38 now. And they said, Lord, behold, here are two swords. So right here, they would have to be showing Jesus two spiritual swords. I would love for someone to show me two spiritual swords that they were showing Jesus. And he said unto them, it is enough. So whatever that, I guess two swords is enough for how many people were there, I'm not sure. But Jesus was telling them that, he's not going to be around much longer, and that they should get a sword. So I don't see where people come up with this, you shouldn't have a gun, or you shouldn't defend yourself, you should be totally a pacifist, and and that's, if someone wants to be that way, I mean, that's fine, but Scripture doesn't say that it's not okay to defend yourself. I mean, if someone's attacking you or your family, and you have every right to defend yourself, and Jesus would be okay with it. Jesus is not against self-defense, and you can totally defend yourself within, Scripture. So thank you for listening. I hope this became informative. Leave comments and let me know what you think. Thank you.